Hello YouTube, Blogger Rant here, and just before I begin I want to explain quickly about why I'm wearing headphones. It's because there is a problem with my camera's microphone that leaves a constant hum whenever I do recordings, so I decided to change what was picking up my voice. And so I decided to start wearing headphones during my videos so you can pick up my voice without the humming noise. Now that that is out of the way, my rant this week is about Jenny McDermott and some of the stuff that has gone down between her, Skeptic, Shoe on Head, Thunderfoot, etc. Now I'll admit that the only source of information I have is the Drunken Peasants podcast wiki, but it seems to be pretty good at the basic facts of what happened, so I'll use it. So, to understand how this whole thing played out, we have to go through the entire affair involving this person. So first up, I'll briefly explain her thing with Thunderfoot, then move on to the shit with Skeptic and Shoe on Head. So, to start off with this, there's a lot going on between Jenny McDermott and the Drunken Peasants beforehand, but it really started coming to a head around the time of Thunderfoot. So Jenny McDermott and Bewildered Ape made a satire where they said that Thunderfoot faked his father's cancer. And I'm sorry, but even if it is a satire, it really says a lot about how evil you are when you decide to claim that somebody is faking their father's cancer. And it turns out to not be the fucking case. Now, has that never happened before? No, it has happened, but not in this case. So Jenny and Cyrus said in their satire that Phil was using his father's cancer to con people, despite Phil not monetizing the videos talking about his dad's cancer. She was exposed, and she later revealed her master plan in episode 123 of the Drunken Peasants podcast, although it was probably a bit beforehand. It was only reviewed in episode 123. Basically what she said was that she was showing Phil that he couldn't object to her exploiting an emotionally draining life event because he didn't give a yes or no answer to Ray Comfort's loaded question about killing Hitler. She even projected hugely by accusing Phil of playing the victim. Thankfully, when Phil's father did die, she did make an apology video. However, that wasn't the end of it. Oh no! Once she realised that she could use someone's personal life to attack them, she decided to turn to another YouTuber. This time, however, she attacked the wrong YouTuber, Skeptic and Shoe on Head. So she then decided to make a video where she claimed the Skeptic tried to fuck her, apparently to try and get back at her for being MRA light, whatever the fuck that means, using a few Facebook posts where Skeptic acted a bit too nice for her liking, which she took to mean the Skeptic wanted to fuck her. And of course that's totally not true. Jenny was suspicious the whole fucking time. She felt guilty at the time because she had a boyfriend, and Skeptic was also in a relationship, so all of that was completely irrelevant. Do you know why Jenny actually talked to Skeptic? Because Skeptic has more subs than her, of course. So what is the actual story? Well, Jenny got inadvertently roped into something between Skeptic, his then wife, and another woman with a brain tumour who eventually committed suicide. As you can guess, Jenny used the suicide of the woman with the brain tumour to try and make Skeptic look bad as possible. Additionally, she asked Skeptic to send her pictures. Then, in a massive case of bipolar narcissism with a dose of Brett Keane level of evil, took offence to how creepy it was that a stranger sent her pictures. This also shows the massive cognitive dissonance that she has. She then implied that Skeptic courting her was the reason the brain tumour woman killed herself, despite the brain tumour probably being what led the woman to do what she did. Oh, that wasn't the end of it. Though it was a while before the next part occurred. She briefly hooked up with Brett Keane. She teamed up with Laughing Witch to try and get Phil Mason, Thunderfoot, fired from his job, which spectacularly backfired. Tried to become a feminist spokeswoman for her e-drama and asking people to make her famous because she isn't popular. That's the wiki saying this, not me. It's not like I can talk on that with my whole 3 subscribers. Then she doxed herself and made a GoFundMe scam that got her fired. So now we come to rather recently, where Kevin, everybody who disagrees with me is a KKK and Satan-worshipping misogynist MRA, Logan, shared a dox of Shoe on Head, claiming that Shoe was 17 and that Skeptic had raped and molested her, despite the fact that A, Kevin later said that he was wrong on that, and the fact the age of consent in Canada is actually 16. Not 17 or 18 like it is in some other parts of the world, including South Australia in the case of 17. But Jenny ran with it anyway, calling Skeptic a racist pedophile and doxing him, despite the fact that he had basically doxed himself on the Drunken Peasants podcast during episode 147 when he actually appeared on the show. So what triggered this? One of the most petty triggers possible. An incident. Not even on any of Armored Skeptic's channels. Miss Jenny was shitposting on Sargon of Akkad's channel. And you know what Sargon did? Shitposted her right back. Which massively pissed her off, of course. Of course so. She's a SJW feminist psychotic bitch. What did you expect her to do? Eventually her accusatory videos were topped off with an extremely mean-spirited remark towards Richard Dawkins for liking and giving a shout-out to Armored Skeptic. So at this point, after doing all this slander, one of her 2 channels got taken down. The heat gets onto her, she throws Kevin Logan under the bus. Stay classy, Jenny. I honestly laughed at the woman Kevin was white knighting for, throwing him under the bus. And as you can expect, the male equivalent of her, Brett Keane, joined in on the action because, of course, he said that Armored Skeptic was a rapist, called Sean Head a kid and totally dismissed her, and he made a massive mountain out of a molehill of Armored Skeptic, apparently calling him a faggot. Several days later, Jenny attempts to say that it was just another satire on YouTubers she despises and wanted to ruin the lives of. Of course, she had nothing to back her stupidity up. And the ultimate thing? Brett Keane and Kevin Logan are no longer white knighting for Jenny. I'm sorry, Jenny, but when Brett Keane is no longer white knighting for you, you don't so much need a snorkel for the amount of shit you're in as scuba diving gear. Skeptic has sent a cease and desist notice to her, which she will ignore, and so eventually Skeptic will sue her, and I'll be honest, I encourage Skeptic to sue her. That was massive amounts of defamation she did. Well, Jenny. Looks like you've made a complete mess of yourself. This woman, as I see her, is the love child of Steve Shive's wife and Brett Keane, and she learned everything about her art from both Atheism is Unstoppable and Kevin Logan and Brett Keane. And when she does the 16-second thing in the video where she tries to argue that her video is a satire, she seems eerily similar to Venom Fang X when he did his Joker thing in regards to Thunderfoot nearly a decade ago. Watch the first 16 seconds of Jenny's video, then watch the Venom Fang X Joker video. And compare the two. Gives you an idea of how bloody insane Jenny McDermott appears to be. Oh man, she's completely lost her mind over this. She's gone. Completely. I'm not even kidding when I say this. I can't find either of her channels or any of her videos. It seems YouTube's terminated her completely. That's awesome. She repeatedly broke the terms of service and YouTube finally acted to knock her out. She finally went too far and she got taken out by it. Good riddance. So overall, yeah, Jenny McDermott is basically pure evil. I had to talk about this though. Armored Skeptic is one of the greatest skeptic YouTube channels on the internet. Also one of my favourites. And Jenny is one of the most evil women on the planet. So that is my video for today. This woman is totally evil and I'm glad that she's gone. If you stayed to the end of this video, hashtag Evil Jenny in the comments section of this video. Put that there. Please rate, comment, share and subscribe and have a great day everyone.